And a third version of the coronavirus vaccine is on its way to Colorado. Johnson & Johnson's vaccine received emergency approval over the weekend. More than 45,000 doses will arrive in Colorado this week. And with 3 vaccine options, you might be wondering which shot is right for me.
As Denver 7's CB Cotton reports, healthcare workers say some of the numbers you read might not tell you the whole story.
The subject lines and the sentences that follow say it all. People have lots of questions about the latest Johnson & Johnson vaccine, and Denver 7 went to health providers for answers.
The more that information comes out, the faster we can all get back to normal.
According to the FDA, the single-dose shot has an efficacy rate of around 72% in the U.S. Dr. Ross Kettle of CU Anschutz says despite headlines focused on the lower efficacy rate, the Johnson & Johnson vaccine will provide protection from COVID-19.
It's still at an efficacy that any vaccinologist would be overjoyed to see.
Although it's not Moderna or Pfizer's 95% efficacy. But doctors say focus on this. The vaccine's effectiveness at preventing severe disease is around 86%. During the vaccine trial, there were no individuals who had a severe enough case of the virus to end up in the hospital or on a ventilator. Plus,
there's some strong evidence that it has some good efficacy against these variants.
Keep in mind, unlike the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines, the Johnson & Johnson vaccine was tested at a time when variants were present. And Kettle predicts there may be some resulting long-term strengths.
My guess is the J&J might have a little bit longer durability profile in terms of the immunity it makes.
In August, Kettle himself had the chance to participate in a vaccine trial and wishes he'd received the Johnson & Johnson vaccine.
Would have been more excited to have had the J&J vaccine. The J&J vaccine is really good at making both B cells and T cell responses, so it's a little more balanced equation.
Colorado will receive around 45,000 doses of this new vaccine by Friday. Eligible Coloradans who are in line for the vaccine may get this shot. As for how these doses impact Colorado's timeline,
we are certainly hopeful that in the coming weeks we will see a significant increase in vaccine availability across the state, allowing us to move to vaccinate more and more people on a faster timeline.
State health officials were very vague, but they did say because the storage requirements for the Johnson & Johnson vaccine aren't as strict, they do believe this single-dose shot will be easier to get into communities. CB Cotton, Denver 7.